enough without having to worry about how are we going to get through financially, what are we going to do. Many times one of the spouses might have to leave work to care for a young child who cannot attend school because of the illness and the after effects of the chemotherapy and so forth and so on. So again, the two organizations are, in the UK, the Macmillan Cancer Support, www.macmillan.org.uk. And here in the United States, the Tomorrow Fund Clinic, treating children diagnosed with cancer. www.tomorrowfund, TOMORROWFUND, one word, .org. I encourage you to check these two places out. These are going to be the beneficiaries of whatever funds we can raise through our many friends here on Spreaker Land. There are many that have signed up to assist us with this effort, and we thank you for that. And those that are interested can contact me at wejaradio@yahoo.com, or go to Peter Boy's site and hit up his email address. Let us know if you're interested in joining us, getting behind this effort. The Tomorrow Fund was founded in 1985 to ease the traumatic, financial, and emotional effects of childhood cancer. The founders, a group that included doctors, child life specialists, and parents of children with cancer, recognized that in addition to the very best medical care, children with cancer and their families need financial and emotional assistance to cope with the overwhelming challenges of this insidious disease. People need practical support at home, so we provide anything from some precious time off for a caregiver to a lift to hospital. People need emotional support, so we listen, advise, and share information through our cancer support specialists, website, and trained professionals. People need financial help to cope with the extra costs cancer can bring, so we give benefits, advice, and grants for anything from heating bills to travel costs. Together we listen, we learn, we act, and we help people living with cancer. That is the statement from the Macmillan Cancer Support Group. And again, we thank you for your consideration of supporting our fundraising effort. God bless you, and God bless all those families suffering from this horrific malady. And thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you. That last piece was obviously from Mr. Ernie Abbott. He does the Heartbringer. He has his own network. He's really friendly with the brigade, if you know what I mean. So basically, I want to say thank you to the following people so far who have came into the chat room. It's always very important to acknowledge your fans as they enter. Listener, Paul Dembski, Truth Porn Militia, also known as Pumpkin Face. We got Desert Rose. We got Ernie. We got Barco. We got Mandy Pinetown. And as the dyslexican calls her, Mandy Pinetar. We got Pitbull Rapist. I'm not too comfortable with having a rapist in my chat room, but in honor of free speech, it must be allowed. We also have Andrew, also known as Zodiac. And then we have Random Radio, which you guys should know as Alan Wayne. And thank you guys all for being here. Oh, now we got Stabby McHugs. Assuming that's him. I don't know. Who even knows these days? Last few days I've noticed so many socks. And of course I always get blamed for them, and maybe rightfully so, but you can't just troll all day. And Stabby did make a important thing here. Stabby, I did talk about you for the first 5 minutes of this show, so you might want to hold the compliments down. But I will take a screenshot of that and put that on Twitter. In case you guys have not noticed, you can always follow me on Twitter. I am at, well, I shouldn't use the at symbol. Yeah, the at symbol. Angry Snot Rocket. That's my Twitter handle. Go ahead and follow me if you're not already. It's very important. What I've been doing recently is, since I'm in all these different chats most of the time, because heck, I do a show once a week for 45 minutes. That's fine. I accept that. So if I'm in these chats, you gotta have a little bit of fun. You gotta stir the shit. But I don't stir it through troll. Like, I don't do it with a whole bunch of socks or anything. I took a screenshot. And a certain individual who will not be named here, also known as Stabby, kind of gets a little bit upset that I was taking these screenshots, because it's funny because all the people, like all the different hosts, they all they always look at him with like great suspicion, because like a certain amount of hosts around here, they all kind of hate each other, a certain circle I should say, and they always think that he's working for someone they dislike, or he's on their, at least they're on their behalf, I should say. And so it's funny because I know. And yeah, so I basically post screenshots. I do not alter these screenshots, so I can't be yelled at that bad. Because even if I'm not taking the screenshots, and all I'm taking the screenshots of, not Skype, nothing like that, but the public Spreaker chat room. I use a tool called the sniping tool. Should be on your computer. And yeah, I've just been taking that, and some of the funnies, some of the gems, I should say, and I post them on Twitter. Funny stuff, and it's not just Stabby, but it is, a lot of the stuff is about him. But there's some funny stuff out there, so go ahead and check my Twitter. You'll see what I mean. And after this show, I am due to upload about probably 12 new photos for Twitter. Because if you're on this network long enough and you're watching, you can really find some gems out there. There is some funny chatting going on. Anyways, as you guys may or may not know, you should know, because this happened, last night? Or the night before? I think it was last night, but Wayne Static did get dead. They suspect drug use, and that's a shame, but that's just a path a lot of rock stars take. He didn't join the 27 club, even though he did look 27. Instead, he died, I think he was 48. He was about to turn 49. And because I really liked Static X growing up, I think it came out when I was in high school. That album, The Wisconsin Death Trip, when that came out, that shook everyone by storm. It took everybody, because it was like one of those like industrial metal bands, but they really knew how to mix their music very well. And so it was just like, wow. And the voice was awesome too. I mean, it all just blended well. Like, Static X is a very, very good band. I've always liked them. And, well, when they first came out, I would always listen to their music for working out. That and Cold Chamber. Cold Chamber's first album. I didn't like any of the other albums. I just didn't. It went kind of too rap rock for me, if you might say. Something about rap rock really just pisses me off. So, in honor of Mr. Wayne Static's death, I want to play a Static X song for your viewing pleasure. So, here is I Am from the Wisconsin Death Trip.
yourself and grind on. Push 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 yourself and grind on.
Alright, and again, that was I Am by Static X via the album Wisconsin Death Trip. Now, I've been taking a look at the chat here a little bit too, but I wanted to maybe do one last story before we all scatter and find a new show. If anyone is doing a show after this and you happen to be in my chat, please post it in there so we can all have somewhere to run to, per se. The caravan never stops, and it never sleeps. Well, first off, it was established the other night that SAR was formed, which is SAAAR. So, what that stands for is Stabby, Andrew, Aaron, Apocalypse, and the R stands for RD. This was formed because basically this was the caravan that we all saw, the basic faces we saw at these different shows. So I said, hey, we're SAR now. We're like our own little gang, I think, maybe. And it's unfortunate because not Stabby, but Barco has decided that, I'm going to be a working man, and it's like, screw you, man. Why don't you come hang with the digital boys? Be a man. Come chill, man. Do some yayo and stay up a few nights. Hang with us, dog. So, one last story before I interrupt myself. Basically, a female, I'll just call her, Sally, right? She's a childhood friend of mine, okay? Because she lacks breasts, she's basically dead to me. And if a chick doesn't have C breasts or higher, I don't actually acknowledge her existence in the form of, now I'm not a total asshole and say, oh yeah, you don't exist, but in terms of sexual attraction, it's just not there. If there's no tits, if there's not that, at least a baseball, then I'm looking elsewhere. And sorry, I'm just a little pervert like that. So she decided, hey, you know what? You've been on Spreaker too much. You've been hanging out with those digital assholes. And you're a little hermit. Which isn't the truth at all. But I just really don't kind of avoid her. But she dragged me out. And fine, okay? The worst part about her dragging me out is I had to go drive to another city and do all this, take her out and all this. And she has a boyfriend.